and DK, it just takes a lot to actually get those kills.
I think HellRaisers' plan with the Slark is to get to a point where if Artes isn't immediately killable by just like one stun, he'll pretty much never die. So say for example he gets to like his Scotty timing and he has like 2000 HP ballpark, right, with his treads and his Shadow Blade. Vega actually will never be able to kill that hero. That's, I think, why they picked it. It is an inherent risk because weak laner, and as you said, during the early game, it's going to be a little bit harder for them to get farm on the Slark. But if he gets to that point, imagine how good Nip had it when they had their PL, and no one on the side of Burden were able to do anything to him. I think it would be the same for the Slark for HellRaisers here in Game 1.
Well, unkillable, yes, but I guess we're still very far from that. PL has the innate advantage of having illusions to push high ground for you. Slark does not.
Yeah, Slark is a pretty terrible high ground hero. Yeah. I will give you that.
So I really like the fact that Vega has also kind of rounded out their draft with a very hard stun to just deal with that problem, like you mentioned, Bane. Obviously, though, Bane into Rubik is somewhat dangerous. You know, you get your ult stolen a lot of the times. But
not only that, but there are multiple ways to interrupt your ulti right now on the side of HR. You got Witch Doctor Cask, you got Rubik Lift, and you have Leshrac stun. So I suppose we could just go over the players so we have time. Go over HellRaisers really quick here. We have Goddamn playing on the Rubik. Behind him it's going to be Artes handling the Slark. Gorek is going to be playing the Witch Doctor. Ninja playing on Leshrac. And then last but not least, Dread is going to be playing the Phoenix.
All right. Seema the Slayer on the dire side will be playing the Bane. Solo handling that G2A handling the Wisp. We have no one playing the Dragon Knights. On the bottom lane, Clockwork is going to be played by Mag, and
Nine Pasha is how we call him.
Nine Pasha,
or just Pasha,
playing Ursa.
Apparently, his name is something very vulgar, and I think it's Russian, maybe not, but we just call him Pasha.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a point in mind. Oh yeah. So the other day I was playing Rubik against Bane, and I'm not sure if I remember incorrectly, but I seem to have stolen the wake up thing of Bane.
Oh, really?
This is not.
It's a two-part spell though.
It's a two-part spell. So
you should actually only be able to steal Nightmare.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I wasn't really sure. But the guy I was playing against was really good because I never got off his ultimate. Either he would Nightmare me first and then ult, or he would keep giving me the Nightmare stuff.
Yeah, that's weird. You shouldn't be able to steal the secondary effect. You should only be able to steal the first skill. Because they go hand in hand, right? Like you Nightmare, and then you have to be able to wake somebody up from a Nightmare. So being able to steal the second part wouldn't make any sense.
That's why we had that conversation about Naga's song, that starting the song and ending the song
apparently gives you the ability to steal it.
Is still just a song. Yeah. Alright. Well, I mean, hopefully we might learn something about that particular interaction, but the game has begun. Any kind of weird, interesting item that shows up? No?
Not really,
pretty standard there.
Boots on the Bane. Probably boots on the Rubik as well. Just click him. Yep. Goddamn, starting with boots. Dread is going to be able to get his ward down very early on here in the laning phase. But I would say, I think Vega's lineup is better until Artes gets his core farm. So like if he gets Scotty Treads +1, I think the game will become super hard for Vega.
I'm not sold on that. I like Vega's lineup much more.
I think it's funny how we both said that
we
said our other team's lineups more. Like I thought Vega were going to 2-0, and in fact the HellRaisers had a better draft, but you thought HellRaisers were going to 2-0, and you think Vega had the better lineup.
Yeah.
So why do you like Vega?
I mean, I just never had a good experience watching Slark going into 3 strength core lineup that is hard to kill. I see Slark as kind of this like, well, hold that thought, might have a fight.
Yeah. 3 stuns here on the side of HR. Uh-oh. Could be in some trouble. Here comes the Cask. He's probably going to get lifted into... No, the stun actually misses. Looks like they might have done a little bit of body blocking there too. Goddamn, he did have boots. Surprised that they weren't able to catch up to Bane. I guess he does have boots too, though.
So who got the rune up top?
Bonnie rune was Ninja top and then Mag bottom. So Leshrac and Clockwork.
Given the choice, would you rather have your offlane take the rune and not your mid?
I would always give it to mid, actually.
Yeah.
I mean,
in this case... Oh, no, they weren't. I thought for a second that Mag was 1v1.
I mean, it's a 2 CS difference, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what you're really comparing, because it's 100 gold, or maybe like 2.5 creep kills or something like that.
Well, the reason I suggested the offlane is that a lot of times offlane are very level starved.
Yeah.
And Clockwork getting a lot of experience is actually a pretty big deal. Like, getting the extra rocket or the battery assault to kill supports is pretty nice. But
could he actually go for a solo kill on this lane? I can't.
No, he can't. Maybe if the support rotates away, but
Yeah.
yeah. So back to the draft. I never had a lot of fun watching Slark going up against really beefy cores because it just feels like they don't kill them quickly enough. And I'm talking about Slark trying to kill them in the stage where you just gotta blink or Shadow Blade. It just doesn't really work.
Well, I don't disagree that during the mid game he might have some issues. But
And that's when Vega's lineup is really strong during the mid game. Yeah.
Yes.
So that stage is going to be very awkward for HellRaiser in my opinion.
It also has a lot to do with the fact that if FNH does well in this middle lane, as it stands right now, the Dragon Knight is actually leading on creep kills. He's 9-1. Compare that to the 7-2 of FNH. And yeah, I suppose Vega, their mid timing is definitely powerful. It's also going to be down to can Pasha find any Roshan stakes, which I think against a high-level team is obviously going to be very difficult. But it is possible, because you cannot underestimate how fast Ursa kills Roshan with the new range. It is insane how much damage you can do.
Oh, looks like we're going to see a little bit of a fight up top here. Solo, tethering.
Oh,
Oh, lightning though.
the lightning.
Should get the kill. Oh, the birds is going to come through. First blood.
Birds and the bees.
That's a pretty big deal for Dread.
Yeah, bottom lane as well. Mag going to be dropping here.
Oh, wow.
Alright, so 2 kills going the way of HR here in the early game. That is the start that they definitely are looking for, especially considering our test was given credit for that kill there in the bottom lane.
You know, I didn't really think about the Roshan, which obviously is a Ursa thing, but it's a very smart thing for them to draft the Clockwork first, and then the Ursa, because Clockwork is definitely one of the better kind of road checkers for those rockets.
Yeah. I mean, you have other heroes like A and Zeus. I think those are more lineup dependent than just picking a Clockwork, who is more or less good in every single game.
Yeah.
Like,
and also very good against Ursa.
Indeed. So 3 minutes in, 2 kills going the way of HR. Everyone's kind of farming it up at the moment. Safe laner and mid from both teams, more or less neck and neck. Not really too big of a difference. I guess the biggest thing to note is our test has been given a kill here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, so normally when you have normally Phoenix is able to put a lot of pressure against most supports. Looks like we might see it go up top here. Clap is oh.
I mean, Dread's actually bullying this lane a little bit. He doesn't be careful though.
You can't eat a nightmare. The Clap's gonna come in.
He's got his dive. He's gonna go right into the tree
I
line.
think he's dead.
Can he TP away? There is no nightmare available. Oh, so close.
Yeah, I mean, Nightmare into Clap is an easy way to force a dive. And if you force a dive, the Phoenix has to play much more defensively.
Well, I think like getting nightmared in that particular scenario, he might have been better served to just dive straight down the lane towards his tower. Because maybe he thought with the Nightmare being down, he could potentially go for a TP, but he was not correct in that assumption. And bottom room going to be secured here by the Rubik. And then DK also is able to bottle up his illusion. Both teams getting control over 1 rune. But compare the offlaner level right now. Level 2, compare that to level 3. It's not really too big of a discrepancy at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I essentially see Phoenix and Clock in terms of their power to kill supports in the early game. It's fairly much the same. Once you hit level 6, if supports are out of position, you get a guarantee kill.
Yeah, that's definitely a large reason why I enjoy watching Clockwork. That hero is definitely one of my favorites, not just to play, but also just because of the influence that you have during that mid game. We see a little bottle abuse here from Vega, doing a little bit of bottle trading to make sure that the DK doesn't have to go base, and they also don't have to use the courier for it.
We actually did a pretty, or half of episode of an in-depth hub playing Clockwork analysis, right? And then you gave up in life.
I did.
Okay, that's not
okay, so I'll give a story time because there's not really much happening in laning phase.
Yeah.
I always get really motivated to do videos around the time that events happen because I get really excited to watch and play Dota, right? Like that's the dream.
When you say event happens, like TI5 qualifier
like
event?
TI qualifiers, DreamHack, you know, ESL, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just anything that happens, I'm like, cool, let's check this out. And then I get like really motivated. It's like, oh man, all these people are playing their hearts out. They're like doing their best as no one almost dies in the middle lane because they're not paying attention. But I try to do a video. I have to hold that thought. So Athens is going to eat a nightmare here. No one really here to follow it up. But anyway, I make this video. I'm doing it live on stream. So I'm recording it and playing and trying to explain what I'm doing at the same time. And it's going pretty well. Like I totally like crush my lane. And then the mid game goes so bad, we just die like 20 times in a row, we just lose the game. So I just get like super demoralized. I'm like, God, I don't want to do this anymore. It's so difficult to make videos like that where you don't already have the footage for you. Because I'm very against doing like pre-recorded talkovers. I really like being able to do it at the time because that way, if people have questions and I think they're relevant, I can just answer them. But anyway, Mag here. Gonna get caught out. He's fine. He's gonna TP away. No big deal. Middle lane, lightning here. Hazer, top line, Athens pulled back right into his splitter, overlapping that Dragon Tail stun. Athens maybe going for the body block, needs to pop one more bottle charge. Nobody gets hit by the tower right away. He's not able to get the mana straight up. He needs one more auto, and he doesn't.
That was so close. EK armor. I thought he was not gonna get the kill.
That was actually insanely close.
Yeah. You know what he should have done? Drop Bracer, Magic Wand, picked up the Bracer. That would have been like
the play.
That would have been god. Like I would have just like stood up and walked out.
I really hope you wouldn't have done that, because then I would have been alone again. I don't want to be alone, dude.
You weren't alone. I was here.
You were in another dimension.
Spiritually, I was here.
Okay. He had my back. That's all that matters, really. But Phoenix, I mean, it's 7 minutes in. This Phoenix is level 5. He's got Urn. He's almost got Tranquil stun. I mean, Dread is having a very good time on this offlane.
Yeah, being able to get that first blood was really, really helpful. So a lot of times I see Phoenix just go for the Midas first. Sometimes you go for the Urn. Is it kind of a case-by-case scenario, or is it, you know, personal preference?
I think that going for the Urn is more of an indicator that I'm having a good early game in terms of levels. So I will be level 6 before the Midas is going to really give me any benefit, right?
Okay.
So you buy the Urn, assuming you're going to get Supernova early on, so that you can go in. And speaking of, Dread could be in some trouble here. He's going to dive straight away, and that combo is just not very good against the Phoenix in general. The smoke from Goddamn and Athens is going to be revealed soon. I believe they want to try to go on this, but they're definitely going to need their Phoenix to hit 6 if they want to. And looks like Dread does manage to get that level in time. Goddamn going to run right into solo here, looking for the lift. Gets it straight away. The lightning to follow it up. The tether is actually going to bounce to Seema as well. The cast going to 2 heroes. Now Seema, Nightmares himself. He has some stick charges, but it's not going to keep him up. And HR now with a 4-kill lead.
So like everything that could have went wrong went wrong. Not only did they lose their 2 support, Ursa solo smoked the TP bottom for the Roshan. Because the Rubik was there, he canceled the smoke. Although with that said, I don't think anybody realized, at least have sight in that area. I think he was able to walk in undetected because Radiant wards. Never really saw it.
Yeah, they have a lane ward and then a ward towards middle lane, so they definitely do not know that this is going on. But Enrage is still a global noise. Asha is just getting banished. Did not let the Fury Swipes fall. Oh my god, that was so close.
The Fury Swipe lasted a long time. So.
No, it actually had like a half a second left.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, now he's going to get the last hit on Roche, so gold check-wise, he's at 1800.
Does he just go straight blink? Yeah,
I think so. I mean, I'm a big fan of the phase as well, and I'm surprised that he didn't get a lane, but given the current situation, I would just go straight up blink and, you know, you walk around the map and start murdering kids.
Yeah,
okay,
I also
out of context, that sounds really wrong.
No, that's fine. Just
kill Dota heroes.
Get him.
Get him.
It's not a big deal, you know? Just go in YOLO. It's fine. But Artes, in the meantime, we're talking about the safe laner of Vega. We can go ahead and take a look at Artes, who is making his way towards a Shadow Blade right now. He's got the Shadow Amulet pretty early on. He's also got Treads and a Wand completed, so if he wants to start fighting with his team, he only needs about 800 more gold to do it. And I would say that having Shadow Dance in the early game, and also having a Shadow Blade together, makes it a very obnoxious hero to deal with. Because if you think about the damage output of Slark relative to what time in the game it is, with just a Shadow Blade, he can pretty much kill anyone. Like, just explode them, more or less, as long as it's not PK.
Yeah, or maybe Clock.
Or maybe Clock.
Maybe Ursa with his ult turn on. That's why I said earlier, he's going to have so much trouble killing these 3 cores.
Yeah, but the ulti doesn't last that long. Seema is getting dove here, Supernova's popped. And there's a very dead Bane. No reaction so far from the side of Vega.
Yeah.
Maybe feeling like they can't really contest this, and I can't say that I blame them.
And once that Urn starts ticking, as a support that's dealing against the Phoenix with Urn, it's just so much harder. Like, he essentially has an extra nuke against you.
You know what my question is? Where's the edict?
Yeah, I want to point that out earlier because I noticed that he was not going for the common build. It's a 404 build, which very good for fighting. Here comes the blink. Gorak is dead, and they want a little bit more. Slurp is going to hit on the DK, but goddamn, in a lot of trouble. What a stun by goddamn. I don't think he's making it out of there. TP out from the Leshrac, and that's going to be 2 kills.
No, he's dead. He has to be dead. Okay. I was going to say, if they only lose 1 for that, I would be so sad for Vega.
I'm actually okay for him not going Edict.
Okay.
At least not right now. Remember that discussion we had is in a game where there's much more growling going on, and I feel like this is one of those games.
Yeah,
where there's a clockwork Ursa jumping in your face. Now, I don't know if that's the thing that he normally does, as Gorak just almost dies. I think he's going to go down. Oh, if he has phase. But yeah, I'm fine with the Lightning Max build. It's really good against Ursa.
Alright, so tower essentially going to get denied here. Just kidding. Looks like they will just go ahead and back off. Affidage with his insane pushing power here middle lane. He's punching this tower with his pony hands. No one's going to go ahead and teleport in. Now the phase is done on Ursa, which means the next time that Gorak gets caught out like that, he will likely die. A little useful bit of information here. HR 4-3 against Vega. Average match time was only 26 minutes.
Yeah, there you go.
That is some fast matches. How can you have an average match time of less than 30 minutes against the same team? That's actually crazy.
I mean, they both... It's CIS Dota, man.
Yeah, they have a preferred playstyle for sure. I just find that surprising. Like, that statistic is...
It's like we have a preferred playstyle in Carcassonne. It's very different from how you're
Okay. Let's not talk about Carcassonne, man. There's some wounds that still need to be healed over that game from yesterday.
Oh, do they know?
Some encroachment. He has Aegis still. I think he can just go in. I actually think the Vega should bait this. Yeah, the Clockwork is in base right now healing, and he has TP, so I actually think that they can go in.
Oh, here we go. 2 hits.
Down.
Dude, he took like no damage from that Fable. Goddamn, a lot of trouble as well. Can he TP out? He's just trying to hug the tree.
Panicking, man. He doesn't know what to do. The Supernova's gonna be... Oh. Can they kill the egg? Hit it faster. Alright.
And he's still alive, 7 HP.
He didn't even lose his Avis. That's completely insane. Artest now in a team fight pops the Avis, immediately goes on the Bane. Now Solo could be in some trouble here. Gets Cog bounce back. Will be dropping Concha. He's got the Blink Dagger available. Is he going to be able to do anything to Artest? He needs to blink in front of him.
Oh!
1 second. No, he's not going to.
I feel like if... Oh, he had phase beat. Why didn't he phase in front of him? I don't know.
I don't think he would have got there anyway.
I think he phased to walk closer to him and then blinked.
Yeah, that's also possible.
Yeah, so that was pretty unfortunate. Like, Ursa killed 2 heroes and then they lost 3.
Yeah, he lost his Aegis. And they also lost the Bane, like straight up. Mag died and Solo died, so yeah, it's 2 for 3.
So I think when the change first came such that he could now use Life Heal Ursa, there was a big discussion whether the Vlads is still good on him versus, you know, let's say Helm of Dominator or Mask of Menace relocate happening right there in the Roche pit. Gorak is dead. Nice
Oh, he's gonna kill the Whistle. Look at how much damage Artest does. They're gonna find Pasha inside of the pit as well. Sleep onto Affidage, preventing him from chasing out. Artest looking for more, has Pounce off cooldown. They will back off.
So I think Vlad is still good on the hero because you really need the amount of regeneration, right?
Yeah.
If we're just comparing life-stealing items.
I think the mana regen is good. I also think that buying a Dominator just to plan for late game is not always the best investment.
I mean, essentially the 2 items cost the same.
The other argument is don't finish the Vlads or the Dominator. Just keep it as Mask of Death. Mask of Death.
Yeah,
go for another item.
I'm a bigger fan of that actually.
I also am. So, bottom lane being pressured here by HR. Edict now skilled up on Affidage, and I think Vega is going to go ahead and choose to trade, which I do think is really cool. But the thing that's kind of scary to me is it's only, what, 15 minutes in?
Hey, the game's almost done, guys. I mean,
Artest has got his Sange now on top of the Shadow Blade, so he's making his way towards the Silver Edge. Remember that Silver Edge crushes DK's survivability.
Yes.
And also Fury Swipes do not work if you're broken as well.
Well, I mean,
that one's not as big, but taking away 12 armor with 1 auto attack makes a DK a hell of a lot squishier. I mean, it ain't bad, is what I'm saying.
So, you know the situation where we saw relocate and dash for the Witch Buff, and then the Slug goes right there and killed the Wisp?
Yeah.
I think that kind of trade as we had
hitting pretty hard. Shred that dodge.
Why not?
He doesn't take either.
What happened?
I don't know. Well, he bought his Midas and his TP before he died.
Relocate happening mid right now. They're going to go in right from Borak. They get yet another kill. I think, yeah.
Actually, might be dead here. This is actually bad for Vega. They have no way of getting him out of this. He's so low. He's actually not going to go down. Affinage gets stunned by no one. The lightning bounce not going to go to the Wisp. He gets him out of harm's way. Artest now forced to back up. There is a sentry down though. He's got the Fiend's grip. Is there a way to cancel this? Affinage walks forward, gets the max range stun. Artest still alive. No, the breathe fire from no one secures that. And Vega now will choose to go ahead and run away. But
man, I love this game.
I cannot believe that Ursa did not die. Like, what is Dota looming?
Overpower, man. Overpower.
Overpower.
Overcharge, sorry. Overpower is this spell. Overcharge this Wisp. Okay, so remember the trade where one carry kills the support and the other carry kills the support? Yep. I feel like that trade in the vacuum favors the Slark.
Yes.
Simply because Ursa is supposed to get that kill for free.
Well, Ursa is not only supposed to get the kill, but the Slark also does more with the farm than the Ursa does.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, Ursa is very vulnerable to kiting into the mid-late game stages when you start seeing like Ghost Scepters and Force Staffs come out. Even Blink Daggers can be.
Ursa needs to snowball like it's on top of a snowy mountain, and you need to go like down fast and hard.
I just want to let that one sink in for a second before I said something.
You're not going to help somebody with that beautiful Dota analogy.
I have nothing to add to that. I am sorry. If you give me even a little bit to go on, I would have helped you out. But that was just like
that's a Lumi top shelf.
That was top shelf, 100%.
All right, looks like we're gonna see a BKB, which helps the kiting a bit.
Yep. Yeah, I mean the BKB is necessary. You can't really say anything else. Like against Rubik, Witch Doctor, Lesh, you absolutely need it.
So close.
The Phoenix isn't really a huge issue for the Ursa, I feel, just because Overpower circumvents the Fire Spirit slow. You still just have like max attack speed and punch the crap out of the Aegon instead. So in that way, I think that Ursa is fantastic against the Phoenix in this game. But it will get to a point, I think, maybe even sooner than we both thought, that this Artest Slark is going to become a huge issue.
Yeah, he's able to get, you know, a couple of free kills here and there. Power now. What else does he have on his build? No, he just has a Silver Blade and about 1,000 gold. What do you think his next item choice is? BKB, or are we going to be a lot more offensive and get a Basher, or are we looking at Scotty?
I think BKB, like, for sure.
Well, what does BKB block? It blocks a Dragon Tail and a slow.
Yeah, but you also have to account for the fact that there will be random other spells used throughout the fight, so like not getting cogged, being able to walk past those, not being stuck inside of them, not having to worry about battery assault, not getting nightmared. There's a lot of things. I think that he might not make it immediately, but BKB is definitely on the menu, like 100%.
I think a little bit more aggressive a choice is Scotty, because it retains some of that survivability and gives you a ton more stats, which is what you need.
Okay. I also think that Scotty is the most likely thing next to BKB.
Yeah. Rubik smoked inside the pit. Just hang out.
Yeah, I think he was waiting for potentially Pasha to come over here to see if they were going to go for the next Roshan spawn, as it is up and available. But I'm sure after seeing Pasha farming top lane, they'll just feel content to maybe push down bottom a little bit more, try to get some reaction here out of Vega. So no one has his BKB finished. Courier's going to go ahead and him. So I think that now fighting isn't a terrible idea if you're Vega, but I also feel that Affin is getting a little out of control in terms of farm. Like he's a third highest net worth, almost as valuable as the Slark, and the DK is trailing behind him a bit.
But the Leshrac, a lot of his net worth is pretty much rendered useless once the carry turns a BKB, right? Especially attacking.
Yeah, that is true.
So he's staying ahead right now, but I'm not sure if that automatically lets him win the fight.
We'll have to find out. I think the next point of contention is likely to be either the tier 1 bottom or Roshan. And right now, there is a smoke up here from the side of Vega. They are going to go directly towards the Roshan pit.
I wonder if they saw Rubik TPing top, because if they did, then they probably just jumped straight. Yeah, okay, they jumped straight.
This should be free. Oh wow, they're even going to be able to catch out Artest in the bottom lane already. Mag is the one getting caught. The Fiend Script gets broken by the Dark Pact, and Artest will successfully bait a huge reaction out of Vega, who get chased towards his own tier 1 tower. Even with a haste on no one, they are not quite fast enough to be able to kill that Fishman. And now, Roshan still being attempted here. Oh, no one walks into the pit. HR no now. They 100% know that Roshan's going on. The laser beam comes out. It's not fast enough as Pasha will secure himself, and Aegis now has enough to finish up his BKB as well. Vega is going to do do some ancient killing over here, as the rest of HR is still in the vicinity, but probably not feeling as content to fight as maybe they were like a minute ago.
Yeah, Clockwork working on his Blade Mail, although I'm not sure Blade Mail actually is going to do too much this game.
I think it's a deterrent to the Slark. So, say you hook the Slark and he has no pounce. His options are hit the cogs or hit you. And because of the amount of farm that Artes has, I think it's much more likely that he will just hit the Clockwork instead. And if that's the case, then having a Blade Mail can at least guarantee some damage output before you die.
I guess
and also,
so.
it's good against Lesh, too. It's very good against Lesh.
Well,
I mean, think about this. You have to turn off Pulse Nova. If you already have Edict on, you're reflecting almost all the damage if you catch an Avalanche in an isolated scenario. And then he also doesn't even want to cast Lightning. It's like, the Lesh just stands there and does nothing for the duration of the talk.
Vega looking to take that T1. I think they'll get it for free. There shouldn't be a big fight. Oh, actually, Dread is farming really well.
Yeah, he's got that Midas heal.
And a Playmat. Like, once the Shiva gets finished, that's where Operation Ursa gets kited happens.
Well, he can break the Shivas in the dive. He just has to time his enrage properly.
Yeah, but it's just one more thing that the Ursa has to worry about now. Oh, they're actually going to go for 2 tower. HR is going to go trade, but I'm not sure whether they could kind of do that quickly. And they're going to be very careful of...
Okay, so HR will get forced back. Oh, wait, what?
No, they could just TP and defend and relocate on top.
Okay, Artes thought he wanted to go in, decided against it. Artes is in the area still, Pasha moving forward. He does have the Aegis, he is going to get stunned straight up, almost uses Aegis immediately, pops in rage to mitigate damage, got that walks right into a Dragon Tail, hook in from Mag, Supernova going to be immediately focused down, excellent fight so far from Vega, the Witch Doctor gets annihilated by the Ursa. Artes taking a small nap here in the middle of the team fight, Mag catches him out, the Blade Mail does so much damage! Pasha, BKB popped. He's going to have Blink at about 3 seconds. Affinage does not have a teleport scroll. Nice stun coming in from Affinage, but unfortunately the BKB was still on from Pasha, and it's going to be an ultra kill. Yeah, Pasha on that reset.
I honestly thought that HellRaisers stayed for way too long, and that's kind of like a Wisp thing that normally doesn't apply in any other Dota game. Just the ability to not only... They didn't even relocate, but you could have also just relocated to cut off the retreat path on one end, and have your team squeeze in from the other end. Or do what Vega did, which is...
Oh my god, Pasha's so greedy. Oh, that was close. He almost lost his Aegis for one creep kill. That fight was huge. Like, honest to god, that was so disappointing from HR's perspective. Like, at the beginning it seemed really crazy that Pasha went in by himself. He was very far away from his team.
But he had Aegis, so...
I mean, but yeah, even with the Aegis, he dropped to like 15% health in the first 2 seconds.
Right, everybody's mind was like, oh, he's gonna lose his Aegis, and then we could kind of decide whether to keep fighting or retreat afterwards. But he didn't even do that. He didn't even lose the Aegis.
And Artes got obliterated by that Blade Mail.
BKB.
I think he kind of has to.
Oh, DK stun.
Not quite available. Lift here on the Pasha. Has Blink in about 2 seconds. BKB still up. He's going to have to pop it here if he wants to Blink. He's continually walking forward, trying to find that Rubik so bad. He wants him more than nothing else. Gorak channeling Death Ward on literally nothing. On the right-hand side of the team fight, Affinage now being focused by the Fiend's Curve. BKB popped. That Leshrac just exploded. Artes now into fray, trying to go for a kill. Nice Nightmare by Seema. Keeps himself alive. Gets a Brain Zap off as well. Artes trying to run out. Blink on cooldown for a few more seconds, trying to get vision with the spirits to prevent it. But they didn't actually see which way he went. They think he went forward. And in fact, he's hiding in the trees. He wants to go to the high ground. No, the Blink stops the pounce. The play from Pasha. What a team fight.
Well done. And suddenly Ursa's up to 3,000 gold, still retaining the Aegis. I could see why games last about 25 minutes and these two teams are playing.
The thing I love about watching these particular teams is once they have their core items, they don't wait. Yeah, they just go.
This ain't some Nip versus...
Oh, hook shot on the Dread into the high ground, Mag. Getting himself on. He does not care. Still has the Aegis. It's going to be godlike for him. Pops the Enrage to mitigate the damage from the Supernova. Now trying to run away. He will lose his Aegis in the end. Affinage going in. He gets Nightmare. No one pops the BKB. Still has Dragon Tail available if he wants to. Here comes Pasha once again. The Leshrac. He's getting obliterated. He pops the Ghost Scepter to try to live, but Seema picks up the double with the Brain Sap. Gorak on the high ground. Witch Doctor Death Ward now finally available. And the rest of Vega will just go ahead and back off, and that was a dieback from your Shrek player.
When I watched this game, Craigasm. That it's like the most beautiful Twitch emo. It's like the
no one can see your face. Dude.
No one can see my face, and it was not anything close to Craigasm.
Not even close.
But it was, you know.
All right, so this Ursa, I'm thinking Hex. He buys an ultimate orb. I mean, Lincoln's is also...
Lincoln's is not bad, yeah.
It's okay, but I think Hex is the item that gives you the sustainability to be able to do whatever you want throughout the game. Like, you can go in for Hex kill, you can spam your Earthshock on cooldown, it's not an issue. And then you just, you know, it doesn't give you as much damage as a Basher and Abyssal Blade, but it's also not as expensive.
Yeah, also, the fact that Hex puts so much more pressure on the Slark. It's unreal, because now not only is he dodging Nightmare, Fiend Script, it's also dodging Hex and Dragon Tail. So if you're Artez and you see a Hex, you're like, well, what the hell am I doing, you know?
Yeah, agreed. And Artez maybe regretting his choice to not go BKB.
It honestly seemed fine, you know, at the time.
Yeah, it
and
did.
And the game was like, oh, 6 minutes later, everybody has 2 more items on the other side.
Well, I think a lot of it also had to do with the fact that during that teamfight top, of all the people to catch out, he went on the Clockwork who had Blade Mail. And when you Dark Pack yourself, you take 50% of the damage, right? From the Dark Pack itself. And then you're hitting the Clockwork, which is Blade Mail, which is like 80% damage, flighted. So you actually just like crush yourself with your own Dark Pack. And he pounced him as well. So he just like instantly died. But Vega now, with the position advantage here, no tier 2 up for the side of HR. It might try to push it in this tower before Affinan decides to keep me back. But the rest of the team will be looking to try to defend this tier 3. There's no one popping the ulti now, getting some free damage on the tower with the Corrosive Breath and Dragon Form.
I think Vega needs to be very careful right now, because
I don't think they're in that situation where they lose like 1 or 2 fights and it's really bad.
No, but Ursa as a hero is very volatile. If you start losing 1 or 2 fights, and they get a little bit of extra items, they kind of
play forward. No one, he's gonna catch out, goddamn. They need to pop those BKBs. They want to kill the Rubik straight away, and they do so. BKB still available on this Ursa. Teleport incoming from Artez. Deathlord being dropped here. Pasha taking almost no damage. The hook shot lined up from Meg. Cancels the Witch Doctor ultimate. The Egg in the back lines, getting focused down by almost the entirety of Vega. 4 members take it out. It's gonna be a buyback from Dread. Melee Racks under siege. Artez trying to make his way back into the team fight. There is no BKB up. Gem also on the Slark. He will be able to take out the Dragon Knight. To relocate, unfortunately, a little bit late. Siva now in trouble. He's going to get cog blocked by his own teammates. The backstab. Dude, he's tanking. Script. Pasha goes back in. He wants to go on Artez, but the Shadow Blade. He's going to walk past the sentry. You know what's there. They bring no one back into the team fight. Relocate, coming back home. And know who else is going home with me? Affinan. Back home to the well.
Damn.
Got him. My boys Vega, they're doing it.
Look, man, I did say they have a better draft.
No, I know. I wasn't like saying that. I wasn't saying it in a flamey way. I was just excited because I like watching Vega play.
HellRaiser, please step it up with your non-shitty last pick Slark. No, I think the pick is fine. It's just, yeah. I think if you play the past 10 minutes or so 100 times, you're likely to get a very different result. A lot of the times, right?
So you're saying HR potentially could have fought better and like, made the game something closer than it is right
now? Yeah, I also don't mean like HR got outplayed or anything, because I feel like Ursa lineup is generally very volatile. Like the first jump you get with your dagger, the first kill, the first fight you go for. Remember where he survived with 50 HP or 10 HP? Like if he died there, the game would be very, very different.
Oh, I fully agree.
Yeah,
100%.
Because as many times you in pub games you go 22, 4, and 5, you also go like, you know, 8, 12, and 3, you know, that kind of game. Ursa
you also go 07 and 5.
Yeah,
Ursa's score of Torek.
Well,
I mean, 15-0 and 8 right now on the Ursa. Like that's what we're looking at. So Pasha has had a phenomenal game. He's got Hex, Blink, BKB, Vlad's, Phase, and an Aegis. It's not even the 30-minute mark, and he's got 16k net worth.
Yeah, now with the Hex online, I don't think you can stop this hero anymore.
Not a chance.
Yeah, unless you have like 3 Force Staff magically appear out of thin air, which the Rubik is very close to 1.
Yeah, he is kind of close. I will say though that the Hex is even better against a team like HR because it guarantees that you can catch the Slark out if he doesn't have Slark out. Like that initiation is so powerful against the Slark. And we're gonna see some Dragon on Dragon crime here. Goddamn, and no one both in that Dragon form. Unfortunately, Rubik healing hits for 86 damage. So the splash is really bad for Rubik. Blink forward here, Avalanche immediately pops the Ghost. That was some sick reaction time, honestly. Another egg, pops the BKB, hits it down with the overpower. That is not the egg that you're looking for. Artes, he goes in onto Siva. Pasha just going to town. Artes just can't move, even with a double stun backup coming out from Avalanche. It's going to be another double kill for Pasha. They're going for the range racks.
Yeah, give him the 86 damage frost attack.
Oh, they want it so bad. Can HR actually defend this? They have no buyback on the Phoenix or the Slark. The Fade Bolt still hitting on 5, trying to reduce the damage of Vega for whatever they can. And with the Sentry and the Observer Ward there, the Shadow Blade initiation attempt there from Nolan's not going to be successful. Going forward again. Goddamn, he gets 4-staffed out. Mantra gets the lift. Here comes the hook shot. Goal line defense coming in from Mag. He doesn't drop the cogs, but they will end up getting the racks.
Well, I don't think they'll survive long enough to get more items to fight this Ursa. He's going for tier 2, 20 seconds till the slug. Did he get breath right?
I mean, they are kind of getting whittled down. They're going to pop the Glimmer Cape here. There still is an Aegis up on Pasha if they want to continue pushing this out. And
I mean, all they have to do is go back and heal up a bit. Roshan should be coming up. No, never mind. The Aegis is still good.
yeah, he's fine. So, next item, I guess, would be Basher, right?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think Lincoln's is actually better here because you don't necessarily need a stun.
But what do you need the Lincolns for?
So you could go hard.
But you're only blocking like one lightning with that, right? Or a lift or a cask.
The fact that you blink in, right, and the Rubik lifts you instantaneously, if the lift is not there, somebody's dying.
Yeah, okay. I can see that actually.
Because your lightning, or your Lincoln's is not really blocking the lightning when you jump in there instantaneously. The grip on our test, the grip to save myself. Will they actually stun? Yes, they will stun.
Oh my god.
The whole team suddenly just came out of nowhere.
I mean, I understand why he did that though, because he was looking for a play, right? Like, you're so far behind that the only way to make your way back into the game is to try to find solo picks and get some map control based on the Slark. But unfortunately, that did not work out, as Seema had 2 gems at one point. I think he put 1 in the courier. Yeah, he did. So he had a gem for 2 eyes and didn't have. Well played. Don't laugh at me like that. Don't mock me.
I mean, I can't laugh at anybody after my snowball analogy.
Okay, that is true. That was actually like the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. Vega, looking to maybe commit to this push here.
Lightning though, what a slow.
I mean, having the Greek player is not too shabby either on the Rubik.
Look at that, getting whittled down.
Tower is going to go down here. No deny coming out from the side of HR. Avalanche pops his Ghost Scepter a little bit early. That is his lifeline against Pasha, by the way. I think you really want to try to go here. There is goddamn, it's exploded straight away. The Enraged Pasha is doing no damage! Pasha is taking no damage from that ultimate. No one. He wants to go in. He pops a cheese, gets a stun off on a Gorak to stop the Death Ward. The rest of Vega are like, I ain't helping you. You are out of here. See you later. No one. The ball from Pasha. He wants the egg. Can he get one more hit? It does end up getting the stun off in the back. Mag taking some damage from Artes. Artes deciding now he wants to try to get out. They kill him. The Aegis is going to be down so soon anyway. I don't even know if that kill was worth it. Gorak, he gets caught out. 5-foot shot from Mag and the Cogs. Avalanche pops the Ghost after the blink in from Pasha. Gorak dies from a brain sap there from Seema. And I think we could be seeing the beginning of the end here in game number 1 for HR.
The beginning and happening like.
Whoa, come on, you gotta give them a little bit more credit. These are the guys that you were backing. When they're down, that's when you gotta give them the boost of morale.
Okay, let's go, Artes! Kill that bear! I don't think it's working, man.
God.
The boost of morale's not working.
Alright, he actually just ran away. Alright, Artes, he's got the Scotty. He's looking for a kill. Can he make anything happen here? Seema's teleporting away. You know, he might find a kill here. Okay, he actually just leaps forward into the Blade Mail Mag. Not sure that was the target that you were looking for. It pops a Shadow Dance. 4-step away from Mag. He has hook in 3 seconds. Needs to walk it off. Pasha goes in, gets the Hex off. Artes got pretty tanky here. He's got 17 more.
Double damage.
They're going to chase down Pasha.
Real. The comeback's real. Here we go.
He has BKB though. He needs to hit him. Okay, there's the break. Oh, no, that's not the leap. Okay, well, he just teleports out.
Got his stats though. Still counts.
All right. 5 less stats on the Ursa. Pretty game-breaking stuff.
Yeah. Now you push with that 5 more stats on you. Let's go. He's actually got 21 stacks. It's pretty scary. He actually tanks so much when the Ursa just like hit everything on him. It's like, oh, okay, I actually can't kill the Slark.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Imagine HR had been able to delay this game maybe 10-15 minutes longer, and then also didn't lose like a set of racks. I think it would have been completely different. And also, like you said earlier, if they didn't like fumble the gank on the Ursa and middle lane and stuff like that, that it could have been very easy for the Slark to run away with this. Basher, the next item here on the menu for Pasha.
He wants to kill some fools.
I mean, look at his farm. God, that is a fat Ursa.
I mean, he's 19-0 and 10.
They got 20,000 gold lead right now and 15,000 experience. Like, that is insane. For 35 minutes, that lead is fairly big. You know, decent.
Acceptable.
Good thing Pasha didn't die. He is now joined the club of one other person who has not died a single time as Ursa at 35 minutes. Wow.
Impressive.
I mean, that's a good record to have, right? Like, not dying on a hero in a specific time in the game. Does that just make him, like, the best Ursa player ever?
No, Ursa is snowball as hell.
So he was saying, like, he started off on top of the mountain.
Yep.
And then he just fell down a little bit, and then it was bad. Alright, well, there is a relocate available from the side of Vega if they want to go on this. They're going to go straight away onto Seema the Slayer. Dread popping the egg in the middle of the fight. Affidence already almost dead. Has a Ghost Scepter pop. The first two to go down are going to be Affidence and Dread. Pasha, BKB still popped here. Mag making his way through that team fight, even with the Artes starting to back. Oh, the Fiend Script from Seema. The Dark Pact will end up purging it. Gets a kill on top of the Bane. Now Artes, he wants to try to get out of here. He has Shadow Blade in about 9 seconds. Okay, he's not fine. He's botting to the creep 2 feet away, even though he's going to be able to make his way back to the base. And now, goddamn, he drops. Avalanche, soon to follow. Suicided, will be dropping one more time. And I can't imagine that HR are going to try to fight this out any longer. Like, that was a die back from the Leshrac. He has a 1-charge Bloodstone.
Sounds like my top storm every game.
1-charge Bloodstone.
Yo, this is a dream, right? You get the Basher, you just go. Go hop that Ursa.
Well, if it's the dream, it needs to start now. The last tier 3 soon to be dropping from HR. No one throwing out a casual zoning Breathe Fire.
Okay, cast. Alright, hit. Got the Basher.
Get the hit. That's the break.
That's the Bash.
Can hit Bash. And now that comes out. BKB is still up if he wants to pop it. He uses the break. Right onto Artes. The confounds. Is he going to be able to get the Shadow Dance off? He's still alive for the time being. Is he actually going to be able to make his way out of this one? He has 1
Shadow
second
Blade. Shadow Blade.
The relocate actually takes them out of the fight. Artes is still alive right now. Mag could be on the menu here. On the left-hand side, we see Dread dropping there to Pasha. Now Mag getting chased down by Artes. He will be going down no matter what. Seema, no Fiend Script available. Pasha in the back. He's going to go on Goddamn. He just melts. No damage. Be able to withstand. And Artes, he gets the Dark Pact off again. He's kiting around the tree line. He needs to not have sight on him so he can regen. And he will be able to make his way out, but he's the only one who can live through these engagements.
Yeah.
Like, no one else can do that.
I mean, hey, in our test we trust. Let's go. Oh, Shadow Blade right line. Alright, 18 to Shadow Dance. Shadow Blade's up soon. I think he could go. Go Slark. Alright, base defended. That's all I'm saying.
He needs mana, I think. He's gonna go in. I mean, that was base defended, but they lost their tier 3. They had a dieback on Lesh. The Phoenix and the Rubik still died. I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's worth it to keep the racks, but the trades that are making Lumi, I don't know. I don't know if they can do it.
Nope, I got nothing for that.
All right, good to know. Now, Roshan, gonna be up very soon here. About 10, 15 seconds, maybe less. Oh, actually, it's way less, I think. Right? It's like right on the little thing. Either way, game number 1 between these two teams, surpassing the average game time by about 15 minutes.
Almost doubling it.
Yep. Right, but it's understandable, right? Like, every time there's high stakes, most teams have a tendency to play it more passive.
Of course. So. Roshan has just spawned. Do you think HR is going to try to steal it?
I think they have to steal it. I think if Artes gets an Aegis, they might even be able to win a fight. Oh no, the flare. They have to wait it out. They can't go in with the flare vision being...
It is so obvious that they're doing this.
It will become more obvious as time goes on, too. Okay, Flare Vision's gone.
Go, go.
This is when you YOLO. Alright, he just jacks the TP. It's like, alright, thanks for the gold, no problem.
Smoke across with my teammates.
He's just chain flaring the pit, man. Mag has that, like, that nasty level game sense, you know?
Yo, he knows, man. That's the only way we lose.
He's actually always known. I think if you wait out too long, though, your base is just gonna die.
Yeah, you can't.
So you kind of need to go back. Oh, Pasha's got Abyssal Blade. Alright, here we go. Artest double damage. They're going to be doing some D-warding. Who's he going to be able to find first? He wants to go on the Wisp. He goes in straight away. He's going to pop the Dark Pact and the Shadow Dance solo. He's so tanky. Look at how big that ball is. He ends up going down finally. But at what cost? Phoenix is already dead. On the side of HR, the Wisp has bought back immediately. Relocated into the team fight. Artest still has a double damage. Just waiting out the Blade Mail onto Mag. Hookshot onto Solo in mid-tether. Artest, he's going to drop. That's another kill going the way of Pasha, and I believe right now he is tied for the maximum kills on any Ursa in any competitive game with Korok. And at that point, HR tap out. So thank God that he managed to get his 24th kill before the game was over.
Was close game.
You know, it wasn't close, but it could have been.
Yes,
so
that's the
easily,
thing.
you know?
Yeah, that's
There's like so many small things that happened that weren't in favor of HR that had it just been like one more kill or a handful more like fights where they traded instead of just losing a hero, that I could have very easily seen Artest carrying that game. Because even in the most adverse of circumstances, he was doing some crazy shit, right? Like going in, getting a kill with like 4 heroes there, like getting his way out of the team fight. I don't know, this is crazy.